Every hero has at least one villain who's completely obsessed with their hero. You have the Joker with the Batman. You have Venom with Spider-Man. Okay, those are the only two examples I could think of, but there's also one more villain, Reverse Flash. Why am I talking about him today? Well, I was watching Death Battle with Reverse Flash versus Goku Black, and after I watched that video, I realized something. Reverse Flash is a menace, which may not come as a surprise to all of you, because some of you may know as Reverse Flash as the biggest hater to ever exist. But for those who don't know, Reverse Flash is a menace. Don't believe me? Well, I'm going to go through some example of why Reverse Flash is a menace. Let's start. Number 1. He erased his younger brother from existence. For context, Reverse Flash, or also known as Eobard Thawne, which is a dumbass name, has a little brother. He didn't like him at all because he was fucking annoying. It didn't help at all that his parent forced him to spend time with the devil spawn of a little brother, which affected his studies. Because of that, he was heavily behind on his studies and couldn't get a job at the Flash Museum, which obviously sucks a lot. So he decided to try to learn about the Speed Force outside of the museum, which turns out it's super illegal. So a cop showed up to arrest him, and the cop that showed up to arrest him was his younger brother. So today wasn't his day, especially because he was going to get arrested. Well, let me ask you, what do you do in this situation? You A, just accept that you did something illegal and go to jail, or B, have your future self go back in time and erase him from the timeline. If you pick B, you're absolutely right, because that's what happened. He literally erased his little brother from the timeline, so he would never have to deal with his bullshit. Damn. Number 2. Okay, because he didn't have a little shit of a brother in his life, he actually got to work for the Flash Museum. Good for him. What's not good for him is that he didn't become a professor of the Flash Museum, which is bad because that means he couldn't get the information he needed. But he was a good sport about it. So he went up to the professor and asked if he could help him with his research. Now, an ordinary person who didn't want his help would just say, "No thanks, I'm good." But he not only said no, but he straight up tells him that he's not even needed, but also that he's not even wanted there. So what do you do in this situation? Do you A, just accept that, or B, erase him from the timeline? If you pick B, you're right. So just like his brother, he erased him from the timeline. Number 3. So now he's a professor of the Flash Museum. Hooray! But bad news, his parents decided to ruin the fun. Apparently they are worried for his well-being, as they believe, and many others don't believe, that the Flash or the Speed Force is real, as they believe that is just a myth. Because of that, he is going to be suspended from his work. So what do you do this time? You A, just accept that and wait until you become unsuspended, or B, kill your parents. If you pick B, then you're right, because that's what he does. Number 4. Okay, this is one of the worser ones. So after doing more research in the Flash Museum, he didn't make any progress because he keeps hitting dead ends. Then one day, he fell in love with a reporter named Rose. So he found love. Good for him. Bad news, she had a fiancé. So any normal person would just suck it up and move on. But Eobard is not normal. So the Reverse Flash just killed Rose's fiancé. So after he did that, Rose is still waited for her fiancé. So Reverse Flash just straight up decided to erase him from the timeline. Even though he did that, she still fell in love with different people. So Reverse Flash just killed them all. He killed all the boys that she fell in love with. Even after all that, she still didn't see him as a boyfriend. So what do you do in this situation? You A, just move on, or B, traumatize her. If you pick B, the fuck is wrong with you? And also, you're right, because that's what he does to her. So in other words, Reverse Flash is a nice guy. Number 5. Okay, this is what he's most known for. So Reverse Flash is the biggest hater to ever live. He's basically the number 1 Flash hater to ever live. So why is that? Well, I'll try to simplify it, but it turns out that the Reverse Flash is destined to be killed by the Flash. And he sort of went insane because of that. There's more to it, but I think that's all you need to know. So how does he respond to this? Well, he decides to make Barry Allen, the Flash, childhood miserable. He would kick him down the stairs. He would make him become an outcast at his school. And every time Barry would make a friend, he would just erase them from the timeline. But the worst of all is that he killed his mom. He killed Barry's mom because Well, because fuck Barry, I guess. So not only is he a nice guy, but also he's the biggest hater to ever live. And also, he has superpowers, which is everyone's worst nightmare. So yeah, is there a moral to this all? Well, the only lesson or anything I learned is that Reverse Flash is the definition of petty. So anyway, that's why I think Reverse Flash is a menace. Okay, that's it. Bye.